This top 5 list eats monsters for breakfast. Welcome everyone to Jacob's E3 2019 Top 5 Silly Takeaways. I am Jacob. You may know me as the left head on our Let's Play videos. E3 2019 has come and gone, but that doesn't mean the hot takes have to go with it. There's been outrage and disappointment and even small pockets of joy for the annual trade show this year. And what is E3 for if not making top 5 videos and hot take videos for the internet? So I'm doing that just for you. I don't want to talk about stuff at the show floor because I've never been, although I would love to go if I was ever invited. I want to talk about the press conferences with the Phil Spencers and the Keanu Reeves and the Katases. I want to talk about the drama. So here's what I learned this year. Number 1, celebrity likenesses are in, baby. Look at this face, look at this face, look at this face, look at this face. Here's 4 games that use celebrity likenesses that was shown at or around E3. And maybe it's a little unfair of me to make a whole point about 4 games out of hundreds. It seems like it may be skewing my perception a little bit, but I don't care because celebrities are hot right now and they're only gonna get hotter in the ever-emerging, immersive, experiential landscape. We're just gonna want more faces of people we know from TV. And because those actors are so iconic, we already have a basic understanding of who they're gonna be in the game. Hell yeah, I want Ted talking in my ear in Cyberpunk 2077, giving me quest information. And these aren't the first games that use celebrity likenesses. But they're the first ones that make me think that this is the future. I think developers are gonna look at that Cyberpunk 2077 E3 thumbnail with Keanu Reeves' face and say, we want that for ourselves. And I think actors are gonna feel the same way. You're gonna have Joey Fatone going, I wanna be in Cyberpunk. And because games aren't a niche market anymore, they're mass appeal, lots of people play games. Cyberpunk 2077 skyrockets into the millions and millions of views straight away. It's an exciting time. Point number 2, next gen is close, but not too close. Project Scarlet is releasing holiday 2020, and by all logic and rumors, the PlayStation 5 will be releasing along with it. With this E3's relatively short lineup of games and Sony's absence, I think it's a side effect of that awkward end of console generation cycle that we saw in 2012. You can't rightly show a next-gen game without deflating a little bit of that excitement for your current gen lineup. And I'm not too disappointed by next gen being a little bit further out than some people thought, even last year, earlier this year. Because there's so many great games coming out that will definitely satiate our thirsts. Point number 3, 2 Blu-ray discs is a selling point. This is a weird selling point that Square Enix is using for the Final Fantasy VII remake, and personally, I love it. The only other game I know of that uses 2 Blu-ray discs is Red Dead Redemption 2. And I watched a GDC talk a while back about making Spider-Man, the Spider-Man for PlayStation 4 by Insomniac, and they were talking about how hard it was to boil that game down to 1 disc. So for Square Enix to openly brag about having 2 discs is just very funny to me. I think it's super smart because it calms a lot of those fears that people may be having about the game's size or scope or whatever because it's going to be episodic. It's only going to take place in Midgar. It's not, you're not going to go to the Golden Saucer in this game. So it really makes that game seem like it's going to be a lot more fleshed out. Midgar in the original 7, maybe 5 to 10 hours if you're dragging your feet. And for 2 Blu-ray discs of content, which is at least over 50 gigabytes of data, is going to be fairly expansive, I would imagine. It really excites me for that game more than I was before, and I wonder if other games are going to use this in the future to market their game. 2 Blu-ray discs, 3 Blu-ray discs. I kind of hope so. Point number 4, studios are up for grabs. Microsoft is acquiring studios, Sony is rumored to want to acquire studios, Phil Spencer of Xbox is talking about wanting to acquire Asian studios. It feels like everything and everyone is up for grabs. At Xbox briefing, they announced that they acquired Double Fine, which made Brutal Legend, Costume Quest, Psychonauts, lots of stuff stacking. And this is just one studio in a long line of studios that Microsoft's been acquiring over the past year plus. Last year, they had a big announcements of showing all these studios that they acquired, like Obsidian and Ninja Theory. And it really makes you realize that a lot of studios can be bought. And I mean, this makes sense because any studio for the right price point can't refuse, right? I mean, if someone comes and offers you $1 million and you have to, obviously $1 million is probably lowballing some of these studios, but you personally, and you have a family to feed, and you have this responsibility that you have to take that money. You have to sell at a certain point with a certain offer. And also, if a studio needs to be bought to keep their doors open, awesome. Good on you, bigger company that you acquired that studio to keep it running. But the scary part for me is a company like From Software or Platinum Games, or one of those kind of mid-range, they're big but not too big, small but not too small companies, because that's where you get a lot of diversity in games. And ultimately, games are art, and you need some of that independence to have just this wide array of experiences. When studios are brought into that larger corporate culture, they lose that control. And I'm super excited to see articles about Microsoft allowing these studios they're acquiring to dip into their old IP vault. That's great. You're giving them that freedom. But you have these instances in the past of larger studios acquiring, firing everyone, closing the doors, or having such sort of crummy management that even these smaller studios fight to buy back their independence. It's exciting for a studio like Double Fine not to have to worry about funding anymore. They don't need to worry about getting a Kickstarter or Fig backers to fund their games. They can go to Microsoft. Microsoft will support them, hopefully. So ultimately, I think it is something that we should be a little bit cautious about with lots of acquisitions of studios, but it isn't inherently bad either. It can be quite exciting. Point number 5, E3 is still fun. I've been trying to think of a way to explain why I get so excited about E3, because my parents don't understand, a lot of people don't understand, and I mean, that's fine. Not everybody's thing has to be understood by everyone. I mean, that's the great part about the internet, is there's all these pockets of interests. I'm sure there's a forum out there for just people who love owls and owl things. And that's great. Not everybody needs to be into it. But nevertheless, I think about these things and I want to share my reasonings with people. So I've been thinking E3 is about the thrills, about the reveals, about the reactions from the crowd and the easy allies, and sitting there with somebody you know or watch regularly and enjoying this thing together. It's about this forming of community. The whole world is watching as this game is being revealed, as the studio logo comes up and the voiceover, and we're trying to guess, is that Troy Baker talking? Who is this? What is this? It's about seeing Keanu Reeves walk through a cloud of mist on stage and cheer Cyberpunk 2077. It's about seeing a Forza car made entirely of Legos to troll the internet. Scrolling through Resetera or other sites, I see so much negativity, and some of it's deserved and some of it isn't, and everybody has a right to feel how they feel. But I just want to be a source of positivity through the internet. So I wanted to make this video to share my love of E3, because it's one of my favorite holidays in the year, and one of the few times I feel connected with the gaming community at large. I sincerely hope you enjoy my top 5 silly E3 2019 takeaways. If you did, I'd very much appreciate it if you subscribe to Carriage Way. And if you have any comments, leave them below in the comment section below. I will read them all. So, see you next time. Hey mom, I was just talking about E3 and how I love it so much, and I think I found a way to explain it to you. So in video games, I, oh, I, I guess I guess we lost connection. That was weird. I guess I'll have to tell her some other time. Okay.